Okay, take a slow breath with me. In and out. Now let me ask you something. What if the calm you've been searching for was never missing at all? What if it was simply hidden in a place you've never been taught to touch? Okay. What if I told you there is a quiet point near your elbow that your body recognizes even if your mind doesn't? Most people move their elbows every day. They bend, they rest them on tables. They lean, they carry weight, but almost no one pauses there. Almost no one listens, and yet, this small, ordinary joint sits at the crossroads of movement and rest. Have you ever noticed how tension often travels down the arms when you're stressed? How your shoulders tighten, your forearms feel heavy, and your hands lose their softness? That's not imagination. That's your nervous system speaking in sensations. Now stay with me. Imagine placing gentle attention right near the bend of your elbow. Not pressing yet. Just noticing. Notice how simply bringing awareness there changes your breathing. Notice how your shoulders respond without you telling them. To ancient healing traditions believed the body remembers peace long before the mind understands it. Modern science quietly agrees in its own language. The nervous system responds to touch. Slow touch. Intentional touch. It doesn't ask questions. It reacts. This is why certain points in the body feel different when we pause on them. Warmer, heavier, or strangely quiet. Some people describe a soft tingling. Some feel a release they didn't know they were holding. Some feel nothing at first. All of these are normal, because this isn't about forcing a sensation. It's about allowing one. What if your elbow is not just a joint, but a forgotten switch? A place where effort softens and control loosens its grip? Most of us were never taught to listen to these small signals. We were taught to push through, to ignore, to keep going. But the body keeps records. And sometimes it waits patiently for the moment you finally pause. If something inside you feels curious right now, that's enough. You don't need belief. You don't need faith. Just a willingness to listen differently. If this moment feels meaningful, stay with me. This is the Spine Gospel, and today we're not chasing energy. We're remembering where it's been resting all along. And before we go any further, just notice one thing: your breath, your arms, and that quiet place near the elbow that's already paying attention. Take a moment and bring your attention back to the arm, not the whole arm. Just the place where it bends. The elbow is often treated like a hinge: open, close, move on. But in the language of the body, it's something more subtle. It's a meeting place above it. The upper arm carries signals from the chest and shoulders. Below it, the forearm delivers intention to the hands. This is where effort turns into action, where the body decides how tightly to hold and how easily to let go. In many traditional healing systems, joints were never seen as empty spaces. They were crossings, passageways, places where movement, sensation, and awareness overlap. That idea may sound mystical, but stay with me. From a modern point of view, the elbow sits along major nerve pathways that travel from the spinal cord, through the shoulder, down the arm, and into the hands. These nerves don't just control movement. They carry information. Pressure, temperature, safety, threat. Your nervous system is constantly scanning not just the world around you, but the state of your own body. When an area is used often but rarely rested, the nervous system can keep it in a low-grade state of alert. Not pain, not injury. Just tension that never fully turns off. Over time, that tension can feel like stiffness, or heaviness, or a dull, familiar tightness you stop noticing. Especially in women, especially as the body ages, these signals become more pronounced. Not because something is wrong, but because the body has less patience for being ignored. Ancient healers described this area as a point of transition. Not an organ, not a muscle, a threshold, a place where energy changes direction. Today, Science would describe this more gently when you bring slow, intentional touch to a joint like the elbow. You stimulate sensory receptors in the skin and connective tissue. Those receptors send messages up the arm to the brain, messages that say, something is happening here, pay attention. You are safe enough to slow down. This is part of what activates the body's calming response, not through belief. Through biology. Dr. Bessel Kolk writes in The Body Keeps the Score that the body takes the score if the memory of trauma is encoded in the viscera, in heartbreaking and gut-wrenching sensations, in tight shoulders and clenched jaws. Then talking about it may not be enough. What matters here is not trauma in the dramatic sense, that it's the idea that the body remembers. And that attention can soften what memory has tightened. When you gently focus on the elbow, you are not activating something new, you are acknowledging something that has been quietly active all along. This is why people often report similar sensations, even if they've never heard of energy work. Warmth, subtle pulsing, a sense of ease spreading outward. These experiences don't require imagination. They arise from the nervous system responding to care. The elbow becomes important, not because it is magical, but because it is overlooked. The nervous system responds strongly to places we habitually ignore. There is also a symbolic layer that many people feel instinctively. The elbow is involved in pushing away and pulling closer. In protecting ourselves, in reaching out, when life demands constant effort. This joint works quietly in the background, holding, supporting, bracing. Over years, that effort can become a pattern, and patterns live in the body as much as in the mind. So when we speak of an energy point here, we are not talking about something invisible and mystical. We are talking about a place where sensation, movement, memory, and the nervous system intersect. A place where slowing down creates a noticeable response. That response is the doorway. Not to something supernatural, but to regulation. To a moment when the body shifts from doing to being. And once you understand that, the question naturally becomes, if awareness alone can create this change, what happens when you add gentle, intentional action? That's where we turn next. You don't have to believe in anything for this to work. That may sound surprising, especially when the words energy or pathways are used, but the body doesn't operate on belief. It operates on signals. Touch is one of the oldest signals the nervous system understands. Long before language, before thought, before reasoning, the body learned safety through sensation. Slow pressure, warmth, stillness. When you bring gentle attention to the elbow, you are not convincing the body of something, you are informing it. Here's what's actually happening. In simple terms, beneath the skin around the elbow are thousands of sensory receptors. They respond to stretch, to pressure, to temperature, to movement that is slow and intentional. When these receptors are activated gently, they send messages through peripheral nerves up toward the spinal cord and into the brain. Not emergency messages, not pain signals, calming ones. These signals help shift the nervous system out of constant alert and into what science calls the relaxation response. You may hear it described as the parasympathetic state. That simply means the body is allowed to rest, digest, and repair. This shift does not require effort. It requires permission. And the fastest way the body understands permission is through touch combined with attention. That's why this works even if the mind is skeptical. The mind can doubt. The nerves cannot. Dr. Stephen Porges, in his work The Pocket Guide to the Polyvagal Theory, explains that the nervous system is constantly asking one question: am I safe right now? Not in words, in sensations. When touch is slow, predictable, and gentle, the nervous system often answers, yes. And when it does, muscles soften, breath deepens, blood flow changes. This is not mysticism. It's physiology. The reason the elbow is Effective is because joints are rich communication zones. They contain connective tissue that responds strongly to sustained attention. Connective tissue is not passive. It transmits tension. It adapts to stress. It holds patterns over time. When you pause at a joint that is usually rushed past, the nervous system receives new information. Something different is happening. Something slower. Something safe. This alone can interrupt long-standing stress loops. That's why people often feel a response without trying. A sigh. A yawn. A sense of heaviness leaving the arms. Sometimes emotion follows, not because you're digging it up, but because the body is letting go of what it no longer needs to brace against. If you're watching this right now, let me ask you something. Where are you watching from? At home? In bed? On your phone during a quiet moment? You don't need to answer out loud, but notice how your body feels in that place. Your nervous system is always responding to context. And now, it's responding to care. There's another reason this approach works. It gives the mind a job that doesn't involve control. Instead of analyzing, fixing, or judging sensations, the mind is simply asked to notice. This reduces internal noise. When attention becomes curious rather than critical, the brain reduces threat signals. Dr. Judson Brewer, in Unwinding Anxiety, writes that curiosity is a superpower. It allows us to step out of habit loops without force. That applies to the body as well. Curious attention changes how the brain interprets sensation. It stops labeling tension as danger and begins reading it as information. This is why doubt doesn't block the effect. Doubt lives in thought. Regulation lives in sensation. You don't have to imagine energy flowing. You may simply notice that something shifts, that your arms feel heavier, or lighter, or quieter. These are signs of nervous system engagement, not belief. Over time, repeated gentle signals teach the body a new pattern. Less guarding, less holding, more ease, not because you forced change, but because the body recognized a familiar language, the language of touch, of patience, of being met rather than pushed. Once you understand this, the practice becomes simpler. Not something you do to the body, something you do with it. And that brings us naturally to the question of how to touch. How long? How gently? So the body can respond in its own quiet way. Take a moment. Sit comfortably. Feet on the floor. Hands resting on your lap. Eyes closed if it feels safe. Breathe in slowly. And out. Let the shoulders soften. Notice the natural rise and fall of your chest. Now, gently lift one arm. Bend it slightly at the elbow. Bring your attention to the inside of the bend. Imagine a soft golden light glowing there. Not harsh, just warm, inviting. Place 2 fingers lightly on that spot. Not pressing hard, just enough to feel the tissue beneath your skin. Pause. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Notice any subtle warmth, a slight tingling, or perhaps nothing at all. All of it is okay. This is not about forcing a feeling. It's about listening. Now, slowly rotate the wrist. Back and forth. Small, gentle movements. Allow the skin, the tendons, the joint itself to notice attention is here. Keep breathing. Soft, even breaths. Imagine the warmth spreading from your elbow up your arm, down into your forearm. If you notice tension, do not fight it. Just acknowledge it. It's okay to be here. Now gently press a little more. Still slow. Still mindful. Notice how the arm responds. Does the shoulder drop slightly? Does the hand feel lighter? Hold the touch for about 30 seconds. Breathe with it. This is version 1, seated, mindful, calm. Next, let's try version 2, a bedtime version. Lie down on your back. Place a pillow under your arm for support. Bend the elbow just slightly. Bring your fingers to the same spot inside the bend. Close your eyes. Imagine your whole arm sinking into the pillow. Your body knows it is supported. Breathe in. Breathe out. Visualize the elbow as a soft gate. Energy moving slowly. Your body receiving the signal. You are safe. You can release. Stay here for 1 to 2 minutes. Notice how your body naturally adjusts. Micro movements. A sigh. The feeling of letting go. For version 3, try a dynamic variation. When you feel a little restless or anxious, sit upright. Bend the elbow. Bring one hand to the spot inside the bend. Keep the other hand resting lightly on the opposite forearm. Take 3 deep breaths. On each exhale, imagine tension flowing down the arm, into the fingertips, out of the body. Then, rotate the wrist slowly. Gently bend and extend the elbow. Imagine a wave of calm flowing with the movement. This version is useful when you notice stress creeping into daily activities. It's a gentle reset. Notice how the sensations differ across the 3 versions. Some days the touch may feel warm. Other days cool. Sometimes nothing at first. All responses are part of the body's language. Now, for the subtle guidance, keep your movement slow. Keep your pressure soft. Keep your attention curious. Not critical. You are speaking the body's language. Not commanding. Not fixing. Just listening. Let's bring awareness to your breath. Place one hand over your chest. One over your abdomen. Breathe in. Notice the rise. Breathe out. Notice the fall. Your body is responding. Your nervous system is beginning to understand that this joint is being noticed. It is safe. Some people notice small emotional shifts. A gentle release. A memory surfacing. A tiny wave of gratitude. That is okay. Allow it. Witness it. Do not chase it. Dr. Donna writes in Energy Medicine that energy follows awareness. When you bring attention to a neglected part of the body, you awaken its natural flow. This is what you are doing here. After a few minutes, release the fingers slowly. Notice the arm's weight, the shoulder, the subtle difference in tone. Breathe again. Notice any changes in your posture. Notice how calm your mind feels. If you want, repeat with the other arm. Each side may feel different. Each side may respond in its own way. Now a small reflection pause. Where are you watching this video from right now? On your phone? In a quiet room? Maybe on the couch while others are around. Take a moment to notice how your body feels in that space. The nervous system reacts to context as much as touch. This practice is simple, short, doable anywhere. Yet, its impact can be profound. Do this daily. Or whenever your arms feel heavy. Whenever your mind feels busy. Every time you do, your body learns a new pattern. Less tension. More ease. A soft, quiet regulation that spreads outward. Finally, as you sit or lie quietly, notice the elbow is no longer just a hinge. It has become a listening point. A subtle gateway. A place where the body remembers calm. And that memory is yours to revisit any time you choose. Donna, Energy Medicine. Energy follows awareness. When attention moves to neglected areas, natural flow is awakened. Now just sit quietly. Notice your arm. Notice your breath. What do you feel? Warmth? A soft tingling? Or maybe a sense of nothing at first? All responses are welcome. Some people feel a wave of release. A tension they didn't even realize they were carrying slowly easing away. Some feel a gentle clarity. A sense that space has opened up inside the arm, and maybe inside the mind too. Others report a surprising stillness. A quiet pause that spreads into the shoulders, neck, and chest. These shifts are subtle, but they are real. And they are your body's way of speaking back to your attention. It may bring emotion. A soft sigh. A tiny tear. A feeling of letting go. Don't judge it. Don't hold it back. Just notice that your nervous system is learning a new rhythm. Slower, gentler, curious, safe. As you sit with it, you may even notice old tension from daily stress softening naturally. Some describe it as the body remembering calm it already knew. Like a secret it has been keeping for years. This is not imagination. It is physiology and awareness working together. Dr. Judson Brewer writes in Unwinding Anxiety, curiosity allows us to step out of habit loops without force. Here, curiosity is your guide. Not effort. Not forcing anything. Notice how small changes in your elbow can ripple through your posture, through your mood, through your sense of presence. Your mind may feel lighter, your heart softer, your shoulders less heavy. Now, pause for a moment. Ask yourself quietly, what did my body just whisper to me? Maybe it said, slow down, notice me, you are safe. Whatever your response, acknowledge it. Allow it. These inner shifts are gentle reminders that the body holds wisdom even when the mind forgets. And when you repeat this practice, these small, quiet shifts accumulate. Calm spreads. Ease grows. Presence deepens. Your elbow, once overlooked, has become a gateway. A doorway to awareness and a subtle sense of liberation. Judson Brewer. Unwinding Anxiety. Curiosity allows us to step out of habit loops without force, reminding us that attention alone can guide the body toward calm. This practice is simple, but simplicity carries power. Even 1 minute a day can shift the nervous system over time. Sit quietly. Breathe slowly. Bring your attention to the inside of the elbow. Place your fingers lightly. Notice the warmth. Notice the pulse. Notice your breath responding. Do this daily. Morning or evening. Even a few seconds count. Over days you may notice small changes. A lighter arm. Shoulders that don't tighten as easily. A mind that feels less crowded. Sleep can improve. Tension in the hands, forearms, and shoulders can gradually release. Mood swings soften. Moments of anxiety feel less gripping. Your body remembers calm because you reminded it. It's gentle, subtle, and cumulative. Some people report noticing emotional clarity, a quiet sense of presence, a soft inner space that wasn't there before. Your body begins to anticipate ease. It starts to respond more quickly to gentle attention. It trusts the pause. Even when life is busy, even when stress appears, your nervous system learns to recognize these moments of care. The elbow is more than a joint. It's a doorway to consistency. A place where the body practices calm. A reminder that small attention can create big change. Dr. Donna writes in Energy Medicine, energy follows awareness. When attention moves to neglected areas, natural flow is awakened. Daily practice doesn't need pressure. No schedule is strict. No goal is forceful. Just notice. Just touch. Just breathe. And over time, your body begins to teach you patience. Your mind learns subtlety. Your heart remembers ease. Even a few breaths at the elbow during a stressful moment can remind your nervous system, you are safe. You are supported. You can release. This is how life slowly changes. Not overnight, but steadily, like a river smoothing stones. And the beauty of it is, you already carry the key. Your elbow is waiting. Your attention unlocks it. These daily moments of care become habits of ease. And small, steady habits change your life more than you realize. Donna, Energy Medicine. Energy follows awareness. When attention moves to neglected areas, natural flow is awakened, reminding us that repeated gentle focus cultivates lasting calm. Sit quietly. Breathe. Let the arms rest. Notice how your elbow feels now. Notice the subtle difference from when we began. Perhaps warmth lingers. Perhaps a soft ease. Perhaps your mind feels quieter. All of it is a gift. A gentle reminder that your body always remembers what the mind often forgets. You've taken a moment today to honor a part of yourself that usually goes unnoticed. And that small act ripples beyond your elbow, through the arms, through the shoulders, into your posture, your presence, your day. The body holds wisdom. Not in dramatic gestures, not in complicated rituals, but in quiet, subtle points where attention is given. Your elbow is one of those points. A forgotten switch that responds to curiosity, to care, to gentle awareness. Over time, these small moments become lasting change. The nervous system learns calm. Your energy flows more smoothly. Tension dissolves. Sleep deepens. Your moods soften. And the most beautiful part? You already know how to access it. The key is your awareness, your breath, your touch. Take this with you. Not as a task, but as a companion. Every time you notice your elbow, you are giving yourself a quiet gift. Every touch is a reminder that calm is not somewhere else. It's here, waiting, within you. Before we finish, take a slow, deep breath. Inhale, exhale. And let me ask you gently, where are you watching this video from? Take a moment to notice your surroundings. Let the body and the environment speak together. If this practice opens something inside you, imagine what might happen when you explore another point in your body. Your journey is just beginning. If this video felt meaningful, please reflect in the comments. Did your arm feel lighter? Did your mind feel softer? Or perhaps a new awareness arose? Your feedback is a quiet way to share this experience and connect with others who are exploring the same path. And if you feel called, tap subscribe. Like or share this video. Not because you have to, but because every small act of attention builds a network of gentle awareness for yourself and for the community. Remember, calm is not earned. It is remembered. And today you remembered. The Spine Gospel is here to guide you to these small, profound moments. And the next video will gently lead you to another doorway of awareness. Donna Eden. Energy medicine. Energy follows awareness. When attention moves to neglected areas, natural flow is awakened, reminding us that consistent awareness transforms the body and life subtly but powerfully.